All right, I'm going to be going how I call it 75 points on the NASDAQ today. Nice little base hit, one-to-one trade. I love this play a lot. I'm just going to be going over daily bias, pre-market thoughts, and kind of like my thought process during the AM session. So let's just get straight into it. All right, so first of all, coming into the day, what did I see? Well, overnight or previous day, what we ended up doing is we came down, filling in this new week opening gap, and then we get this swift delivery right back up. So right there, all I'm thinking is, okay, so we're clearly very bullish in this kind of like range right here. So initially I wanted to target this 4-hour intermediate high, but we actually ended up taking that out pre-market. So then before market open, I was like, okay, do we have any gaps down below? Yes, we do. We have this 30-minute gap right here. This is going to be my agreed upon draw on liquidity, meaning that if price is bearish, we are going to mitigate this gap, and if price is bullish, we should, off of this 4-hour intermediate high, come down, mitigate this gap, and then move higher. So this is what I was looking to trade to at market open, and pretty much my idea was I was just looking to catch some sort of internal structure, so we come up, maybe accumulate at open, sweep out this intermediate high, and then we come down to the 30-minute gap, and off of here, I could either, if I don't get an entry short, I could just take a long off it. So that was my initial thought process going into the day. So right here, if we have market open, you can see the market kind of opens up, dumps straight down to this 30-minute gap on both indexes. If we look at ES right here, right, did the exact same thing. It had a 30-minute intermediate low that it swept out at market open. So both of the indexes are inside of this high time frame key level. So what am I looking for at this point? Well, I'm looking for a reaccumulation, a manipulation, and then a long up towards this high of day. So that's what I was looking for at this point. And what am I getting, right? We get our reaccumulation. We end up remanipulating back down. There was a possible 30-second in here for me to take, but I don't like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't like lower time frame inversions when we print, like when our wick up here becomes more LR, right? Because the way I'm seeing it is as, okay, we don't really have a extreme high time frame confirmation. Like, yes, we have a sweep. Yes, we have an SMT. If you look at this 940 low was taken out on NQ. It was not taken out on ES, so we have an SMT right here to add on confluence. We have kind of low resistance leading up towards our 5-minute gap up here, being this agreed upon draw on liquidity there again. So if price wants to be bullish, it's going to trade through this 5-minute, but if it's going to be bearish and keep moving down towards key levels lower, then it's going to hit this 5-minute gap and then continue down. There was a 30-second here. I did not take it because I am not taking 30 seconds ever when our wick prints more LR, because the way I'm seeing it is, okay, we just generated more LRL. That inversion doesn't mean anything. We're probably going to go resweep this low, right? And plus, it was 9:45 on the dot, so maybe 9:45 just wants to generate liquidity, resweep out this low on both indexes, put in that stop rate, and then move higher. So that's why I faded out that trade right there. What do we see from here? Well, the trade ends up playing out, but I'm still proud of my fade because that's just not following my system. If I took that, I'm breaking my rules personally that I've made for myself. We then get this kind of like structure right here. I saw a lot of people take this short. I did not like this short because then again, not really any high time frame inversions. There was like a sloppy, there wasn't even a 30-second in here. Some people just took the CISD. The 30-second was crap. Um, it was super small, and this 1 minute is literally microscopic. I'm not taking that 1 minute. Like, it's not even like a point wide. Yeah, it's literally like half a point wide. Like, I'm just not taking that. So I would much rather wait for some con to open up. Like, we come down, open up a 5 minute, or I would just miss out for the day and catch nothing. So at this point, what do we do? Well, we edge out this low. We generate more low resistance at the lows. And then what do we do? Well, we start trading back towards this 5-minute above, this 5-minute intermediate high. And on ES, what are we doing? Well, on ES, we're trading towards this 15-minute gap above. So what I'm thinking at this point is, okay, I can get a short off this. Now the idea behind this here would be like we get some sort of like internal structure right here, generate some kind of low, or we can just target imbalance down here using this as our low resistance with key levels down below. We sweep out this 5-minute intermediate high on NQ, and on ES we also mitigate this 15-minute gap, and then we start moving down, right? So we have our kind of like, we have our 10 a.m. opens high, and then we are going towards this 9:45 accumulation, trying to go take it out. So that was my idea right here, and it actually did not end up working. I didn't trade at all in here, but I was just waiting. Nothing really that I really liked, right? We're just kind of like trading inside of this 5-minute gap right here. We respect this 5-minute gap. We print equal lows inside of the 5-minute gap, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to note that down. And what do we end up doing? Well, we end up coming up and we end up inversing this 5-minute gap on NQ. But this is where the important factor to my trade today came in. If we look at ES compared to NQ at the time, look at the two indexes. are they the same at all? No, ES is staying very discounted in the range, right? If we get our fib tool and we do this, ES is staying below 50%, while NQ is literally trading at the very top of the range right here. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means one of two things. I can trade whatever direction I want based off of whatever side gets manipulated. So the basic idea here is, okay, NQ is approaching the high of day. Well, ES is also staying in this discounted range, generating low resistance liquidity to high time frame key levels below it being these hourly swing lows right here, these obvious hourly swing lows. What have we done in the 4 hour on ES? Well, in the 4 hour, let it load, we've swept out this hourly intermediate high, we've souped it, printed this rejection wick, printed this strong down candle, and from here I'm looking for a retrace and then a move lower, right? So I'm going to use this idea on ES to trade NQ. So what I'm looking for in NQ is I'm looking for NQ to come up, take out this high of day, and then we get a short down to these 5-minute equal lows right here. And you can see that is exactly what happens. We end up moving like this. We come up, we get our low time frame stop rate on the 1 minute right here. Stop rate, we also have a 10-15 generate, opens higher, manipulates, and then we get our distribution. So right here, confirming distribution. This is where I enter in my short position right here after this strong 1 minute inversion. You can see here that we are printing wicks outside the range and we're printing bodies back inside of the range. And at the same time, ES has just given a stop rate. Oh, whoops. ES has just given a stop rate and has manipulated this 15-minute intermediate high. You can see right here on the 15-minute chart, ES has just manipulated this 15-minute intermediate high and is starting to print a rejection wick, souping it out. What do we have below in ES? Tons of low resistance liquidity built up. We also have a 4-minute imbalance down below that I'm looking for ES to mitigate, being an agreed upon draw on liquidity. I then just run a simple 1-to-1 right here. I enter in the trade right here. Break even, pretty discretionary. If we just flood through this 1 minute gap, I'm going break even. I don't go break even yet because this is a 1 minute above our stop loss. I wait. Take profit just hits in 2 candles. It was that simple. So that's kind of my thought process of the day. And it's definitely okay in your trading to use ES as your main header in your trades, right? You can be discretionary as long as you have data backing what you're doing. So very proud of myself today. Great trade. Yeah, great trade.